Alright, hey guys, TheAirsoftTech here, and today we're going to be talking about the Evike Tech Certification whole concept they've got going. First of all, I do want to apologize for not making any videos since like summer sometime in 2017. The reason is because my laptop has taken a nosedive. It just hasn't been working right. For some reason, it won't let me edit videos without crashing, so I'm still trying to figure out that issue. I just don't have a whole lot of money to actually take money and put into it to figure out the issue. So until then, until I get my laptop fixed, I am going to be making these vlog post videos. And even after I get my laptop fixed, I'll probably make vlog videos. These are going to be rambly type videos. They're not going to be very professional or scripted. I'm just going to be talking to the camera, aka to you guys, about certain topics in the airsoft community that I want to give my opinion on. I'm nearing 12,000 subscribers. I may actually already be at 12,000. I don't know yet. Last when I stopped making videos was when I hit like 10,000. So I've had a lot of subscriber growth without even making any videos. Which means if I make videos, then I should have an even higher growth rate. I'm kind of impressed at how many subscribers I've gained without making any videos. So that, to me, it tells me that you guys, even though you know I don't make videos regularly, that when I do make a video, you want to be notified of it. And so maybe you think my opinion's of value, so I'm going to give it to you on a certain topic today. So today we're going to be talking about the Evike Tech Certification product test, whatever you want to call it. So yesterday, today's January 11th, yesterday was January 10th, Evike announced that they were having a tech certification test or process where you could go on their website, put this little thing into your cart, and then buy it. It's like $90, which is quite a bit. And a testing representative, I would assume from Evike, will contact you about setting up a testing period. And the test seems pretty simple. It's you go into the store, I would assume, and you take apart a version 2 style gun, like an M4 right here, and you put it back together, and under, I think the time limit was 2 hours, which is not long at all, or not, that's a long period. Like, it shouldn't be hard to do that in under 2 hours. And you also have to demonstrate competency in like a Tokyo Marui version 2 gearbox, show specifications and concepts, and then hop-up concepts and external concepts. So stuff like that, you have to, it seems to me you have to demonstrate competency on a couple little levels here. But it's on the same gun is what it seems like. So it's not like they'll give you an AK, ask you to take it apart, and then give you an M4 and ask you to take it apart. It seems like it's just relegated to the M4. So anyway, that's that. So I have a couple things about this. First of all, I'm kind of ambivalent on it. I don't see the need for a certification process. I do think it'd be kind of cool, but I don't see why Evike thinks it's their responsibility. I don't see why Evike is the one to do it. For some reason, it just seems weird to me. So that brings us to the first point. Is there a need for an actual certification process for techs? I will tell you, I don't think so. As far as a company like Evike or Airsoft GI or any of the other big airsoft retailers is concerned, Airsoft Megastore if they're still a thing. I don't see a need for a certification process through those types of companies because it makes people feel kind of weary about it. So for example, people tend not to like the idea of a big airsoft company or a big company in general taking on a very public role. So a very public role that's axillary to their central tenet or concept. So Evike sells guns. That's what they do. That's all they do. It's not like they're known for their teching abilities. It's not like they're very good at teching or at all. So it just seems kind of weird that they're offering a certification process where I haven't actually seen anyone demand one. I haven't seen a bunch of people be like, I've been robbed by a bunch of techs and I need a way to verify these techs. I've never seen such a thing like that. I've seen a couple stories, like once or twice a year, you get this tech who came out of nowhere and they claimed that they were really great at what they did, and then when they got a bunch of guns, they stole them. But those stories are really rare. And what's less rare is like the idea where you have a tech just does a terrible job. Those are pretty rare as well, but they're more common than like a tech stealing everyone's guns. So I don't see the need for a certification process because we haven't had any issues in the airsoft community that I'm aware of where we've needed one. So like you need certification processes to verify people's capabilities. I understand that for a lot of job fields like EMS, they have EMT certifications and paramedic certifications, and then nursing degrees. You have to go to college for at least 2 years to get a nursing degree. So, I mean, like, I understand the need for certification processes in some job fields. I just don't get it why we need it in the airsoft teching industry. Because, first of all, it's barely an industry. There's very few people that make a living off of this type of work. I don't, I never have, I never will. So, that's that first part. If there's a need for certifications, like a certification process or a way to verify techs, if that does rise in the future, I think that could really easily be handled by a community effort as opposed to like a store or private effort on the company side. I don't think people would trust that too much. As of now, there is a sort of verification process that we use on Airsoft Teching Q&A. It's a Facebook website or a Facebook page where some really great techs moderate and admin. I do happen to be one of them. We verify techs on a list. So we have a list of people. I don't know how long it is now, but there's a lot of techs on this list that we will put our stamp of approval on. So, and the people that put that stamp of approval have been teching for, some of them 10, 15 years. So they're very good at what they do. They have their work to back it up. They have the reputation to back it up. So when they put their stamp of approval on someone else, it's kind of like I say that this person is qualified and capable. People tend to trust them. So that's the current system, and it's worked perfectly fine. I don't see why we need to come up with a other certification process when the current one works A-okay. That's my first point. The second point is cost. I'm kind of baffled on why Evike has set the current price point at $90 for this certification test. It just seems kind of weird to me. It seems like kind of a ripoff because a certification process, if you get a certification, it usually means that you've also been taught. So like, I'll use the example of EMS. If you get an EMT certificate, then you have to actually go through the class, you have to take a bunch of tests, you have to take a skills test, you have to take a written test, and then you have to go through background checks, and that gets you your certification, and that's the whole certification process. This is just a test. That's all it is. So I guess anyone could take it, but a certification usually entails some sort of a teaching lesson, some sort of something that you're learning that when you apply to a test, you either pass or fail. So the cost is kind of really weird to me. Evike said, because one person in their comments on Facebook brought this up, they said, why does it cost $90? This seems like an Evike cash grab is what they said, I think. And $90 seems like quite a bit of money. Evike said that we're doing this for the community. It's actually a nonprofit endeavor. So paying $90 for this certification process is a nonprofit endeavor, apparently. And Evike said that the reason it costs so much is because they have to run like a database system where they'll have all these people in it, and then anyone can access it. So like a private shop could access it. I could access it. The person who's on the certification list could access it. And then Evike could access it, but only they could add to it would be the idea. So it'd be like a public access but private run type of system. Still, I don't see why that's cost $90. I really don't see why it costs $90 per person. I understand you have to pay the labor of the person who's watching you take the test. I understand you have to get qualified individuals to be the test proctor or preceptor is the right word. And I just don't see the point of all that. So $90 seems like a really high price tag. I would have assumed it'd be closer to like 40, maybe 50 at the max. 90 seems like quite excessive. So I'm not sure if I believe them on the price on that. I'm not sure if I actually put trust in them enough to say this is a nonprofit endeavor. Because if someone were to come to me and tell me, well, let's use an airsoft example. If someone were to come to me and say, my gun is a DSG and it fires 450 feet, like the distance 450 feet at 350 FPS, I would say, BS, I want to see the evidence of that. And if you prove me wrong, I'm wrong. That's awesome, and I want to know how you did it. But initially, I'm going to call BS because that's a very ridiculous claim. That's not a standard in the community. So in order to make that claim, you have to have a lot of evidence. Ridiculous claims have to have a ridiculously high amount of evidence. But if someone were to come to me and say, hey, I got my DSG to fire 200 feet in distance accurately, I'd be like, awesome, good for you, that's awesome. I mean, mine does too, let's compare and all that stuff. And I'd believe them because that's a reasonable claim. It doesn't take much evidence to actually prove that because you can make that claim, and a lot of people have that claim verified. So I'm more likely to believe that. So with the cost thing, I'm not sure if I believe that $90 is actually sufficient. And Evike has kind of had a little bit of shady business practices in the past. In the teching side of it, at least. I mean, they do really poor tech work. They don't do the greatest quality work from what I've heard and actually witnessed in their guns. So in order for them to make that claim, I needed a lot of evidence, and I don't see any of the evidence as of now. Maybe in the future we'll see it. Maybe we'll see how it works, and we'll go from there. But personally, I don't believe their cost concept. I just don't. $90 is a lot of money. Maybe I just don't know enough about how databases work, but I can't imagine it costing that much money per person. And if there's a recertification period or fee, then that's even more, that's even a bigger problem for them. So I need to see some evidence of that before I believe that. And then the next and last point would be why Evike thinks they're capable. All of these points are from someone who posted them on Facebook. So like, it's not like I came up with them. I was kind of thanking them too when I saw this announcement. But it's not just me who's concerned about this, it's a lot of other people too. So one person asked why Evike thinks they're capable. Someone said, it's kind of funny that a company that specializes in retailing and distribution of airsoft goods, who has the company, who has no experience in teching hardly, would like to come up with the concept of teching certification. It seems kind of silly, like why they think they're capable, why they think it's their responsibility to actually do this. It seems really, really silly to me. And that's what that user said, and I fully agree with that. I can't tell you how many guns I've gotten from customers who have said, hey, Evike worked on this gun and it doesn't work right at all. Like they've said, I sent it out to them and I got it back and it's worse now than what it was before. And so I can't tell you how many times I've had customers come to me with that problem. So I'm not sure why Evike thinks they're capable of doing this. It seems to me that if you were to have a teching certification process and product and service you're going to provide, that you would have very high level techs verifying this on people. Something like Umbrella Armory style techs verifying other techs, or verifying entry level techs of their capabilities. So it seems really weird to me that Evike comes into the scene with the worst teching reputation in the market. Well, some of the worst. I'd say they're better than Airsoft Megastore techs, or like Airsplat techs, or maybe even Airsoft GI techs. But they're some of the worst techs in the airsoft market, I would say, just because I've seen their work and it's pretty bad. But I really would like to know why they think they're capable of doing this, why they think it's their responsibility. So those are the 3 points that I have. The need for certifications, the cost is a little funny too, and then the last part is why Evike thinks they're capable or even responsible to do this. If there is a need for a teching certification process, like outside of the ones already in place on Airsoft Teching Q&A, we have a list of people you can go see, and those people are verified. If there's for some reason a need for a higher level of certification or a higher level of scrutiny, then I don't mind getting together with some of my teching friends over Facebook and asking them, what can we do to fix this? What can we do to actually have a certification process that meets the demand of the community? But as of now, I don't think there's actually a demand for a certification process through something like Evike. I don't see the need for it. I don't even see the need for a certification process through people like me yet. If that need arises in the future, like I said, I would be very willing to push that and actually maybe even run it. But as of now, I don't see a need for it. It seems a little fishy right now. It does seem like a little bit of a cash grab. I don't see a demand for it. I don't see local stores saying, hey, we need certified techs. I can't find any certified techs. All the techs I've hired are trash. I've not seen that from local stores. I used to work at a airsoft store in Field a while back, and I was a good tech, I felt for them, and so when the person replaced me, they're also a good tech. So I've never seen the need where shops are saying around the country like, hey, I don't have good techs. I don't have a way to certify and verify techs. So I don't see why Evike is even doing this. It doesn't make any sense to me. That was one of their claims as well, is that they're doing this for the mom and pop shop. I hate that. I hate that phrase, but I don't see how this actually helps that. I really don't, because I don't see the demand for it. It just seems like it's going to cost people more money in the long run to run, because it's a $90 certification process. And if shops won't hire you unless you have this $90 fee up front, then I wouldn't have worked for the field I worked for if they demanded that. I would have, given them a polite middle finger and turned the other direction, because there's no need for it. I have my reputation as it is now, and that's just another loophole to gain access in the community, and Evike seems to be trying to take advantage of that loophole as of now. Like I said, if they prove me wrong, then I will happily make another video and say I was wrong. But as of now, this seems to be the evidence. We need more evidence and more facts to formulate a better future prediction. But as of now, I don't see the need for it. I don't see the justification for the cost, and I don't see why Evike thinks they're capable or responsible. So anyway, that is this video. It ran about 15 minutes is what my phone is saying. Kind of long. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. If you don't like these videos, I can just stop them. I don't care. But I think they're kind of interesting. But if you guys don't like them, you guys don't like them, and I don't have to make them because I don't want a bunch of downvotes. So give me upvotes, please. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video, whatever the heck I do. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. But if you guys want to see more of these, tell me. If you don't, tell me. And if you want to leave your opinion on the whole topic, tell me below. I will leave a link to the Evike product below just so you guys can go check it out without having to go search through the internet. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.